Do you support the City of Prescott committing resources to support a regional economic development entity whose sole purpose is to create base jobs in the region?
The answer is yes. We always support economic development. The question always seems to be, how do we get there? The mayors of the other communities and I, we've met once a month there since I've been in office, and we talk an awful lot about regional cooperation. When we get down to the bottom line, there's usually a price tag involved, and that's where the wheels come off of the wagon. Some of the communities depend more on a private public organization, and in the case of Prescott, we're doing it in-house. And several months ago, when we finally got our tourism department in place, the city manager and I agreed that we would share the responsibilities for economic development. And we've been doing that. We have some successes, and we have some that we're still working on. So the answer is yes. How we get there is the question.
Yes, I do support a regional approach to being in industry jobs in this region. It should not be the sole responsibility of Prescott. It needs to be a combined responsibility, particularly in terms of the financing that could be needed to bring the jobs here, the incentives that would be needed for that. But it's not just in that area. It's also a regional approach to tourism. For instance, Prescott Valley with its event center, large enough perhaps for a Christian convention in which hotels from all the area could benefit. That is something we should be working on for tourism regionally as well. Thank you.
I support economic development in the city of Prescott, of course. That's one of the things I'm running for. I noticed when I graduated from high school, all that was facing me was minimum wage jobs, no benefits. And I think that's something that needs to change. We need to bring in some light manufacturing. We got plenty of room for that out there at the airport. On a regional issue, yes, I do support regional cooperation. At least let's start. Let's start by talking with each other and working with the communities. If we do go in together on an effort, it needs to be equal cost. And I say we might base that off of population. Pretty much Prescott and PV are about the same. You know, we're out about 38, 39,000. Chino Valley's at 10,000. But you know what? Let's get together and talk about how we can move forward. When jobs leave California and they go to Texas because they can give 3 years free rent, we can't compete with that. But we can compete with the things we do have. Let's look at what we already got to push. We got high altitude. We got great quality of life. Thank you.
I do not think it's government's role to make jobs. I think it's the free market and free enterprise role to create the jobs. What I do think is that government can create the environment that enables free market and free enterprise to do what is necessary to fix this economy. Every time government gets involved, they can mess it up. We do have a regional cooperation with the regional dispatch center and with intergovernmental agreements with regards to police and fire. And I do think those are the sorts of things when we approach road projects, water projects, things like this from a regional perspective. Government creates the environment for the free market to want to excel in our neighborhoods. So that's where I'm at.
Regional economic development is an area that I have significant interest in. I've been watching over the years as we've attempted to address regional economic development. And the very first thing I look at is what's the responsibility of the council. And that's to protect and ensure the citizens of Prescott are protected in everything that we do as a council and as a city. So when it comes to regional economic development, let me tell you what I am doing about it right now. Tomorrow I'm hosting a meeting with council members, town managers, staff members from the municipalities in Central Yavapai County. The county is invited to discuss specifically regional economic development. This will be our 4th meeting that we'll be holding. There are a lot of questions. The big one is, how is it funded? How is the private sector going to participate? We have invited the private sector to the table because they need to step up and play a very key role. Jim Lamberson hit it on the head. It is about free enterprise. It is about the right of business to do business. But at the same time, we can help set the stage to encourage business here while protecting the heritage of Prescott and what we have.
Thank you.
Joe? When I was on city council for 4 years, I served on the mayor's economic development committee. And it was very, very difficult to get a consensus agreement as to how they would approach economic development. I see it that it's necessary, just as Chris Birkendahl, I grew up here, I graduated from high school, and I left because I had no jobs. I went into the service. But we do need a regional approach to economic development. We have to keep in mind, though, we cannot develop beyond our water supply. And that is something that is very critical, and we have to be very mindful of that. It's one thing to have economic development and a lot of jobs, which I certainly endorse, but we do not want to run ourselves out of water. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Regional, don't we all preach it? But nobody wants to get out there yet. In these economies, in the time we're in right now, if we don't get out and start partnering with somebody, you guys, we're not going to get out of this hole. Things have changed. The dollars have moved. The state has issues with even road projects that they're going to the feds to feed to the state, to feed to the cities. So regional to us is extremely important, and I've not only put that out on anything that I've sent to you, I've talked about it as much as I can. We have got to sit down at the table with the stakeholders and find out what we can do together. Quit having these camps and hope that you don't get as much as I get. We've got to have it here, we've got to have it now. Thank you.